YouTube, this is Sea Dog, and I'm back with another review, and this time it's on another One Piece review on the Variable Action Heroes line. The One Piece Variable Action Heroes RORONOA ZORO, and on the middle we have Luffy on the left and his brother Ace on the right. And this is a comparison for other One Piece figures. So first we got this little trusty tape measurer. I am going to take measurements. So Ace is 7¼ inches. Zoro is 7½ inches. And Luffy is 6 7/8 inches. So a little less than 7 inches on Luffy. And I just wanted to show them together before I did Zoro's review. So we're moving Luffy out of the equation and his brother Ace. And we'll take a quick look at the packaging. As you can see, we have that kind of where you do the art on the side where it crosses over, and then on the side we have him with his two swords in his bandana. On the back you can see his head sculpt where he holds his sword in his mouth on his 3-sword attack. And you can see some other pictures and poses. On the side you have his 3-sword attack move, basically. And that's his packaging. The same kind of clamshell as the other ones, where it's bigger this time, and the accessories come out the back. But to save time, I am actually going to skip showing all that. We're just going to go into the accessories and the articulation and the figure. So first we'll just take a look at the figure. Great figure, great likeness. I love how the white in the eye and then the outline around the eye. He's got a nice scar down his eye. He's got a scar across his chest. Nice paint shading throughout the whole entire figure. You can see all the musculature in the back. And his triceps, his biceps, his pectorals. Great looking figure. Let me get this just to go up just a tad. There we go. Yeah, he's got some nice bright green hair sculpt with a darker green wash through it. I don't think that was right. There we go. With a darker green wash through it. And great piece. He's got this separate piece here. You can kind of shift up and down to get it out of the way. It goes around. You can see paint shading on that as well. It's got like a really whitish bright green, or like a whitish green shading on top of dark green, regular like forest green, and a darker kind of blackish shading. It's got 4 colors as far as I can tell mixed in. You can see more of that dark shading down here. You can see some of that light green, the forest green, and the white green. So that's really cool. And he's even got a different color green for his waistband. He's got a bandana tied around his arm, and that's one of the accessories, actually. We'll talk about that later. He's got a peg on the side for his sheathed swords. He's got these ball-jointed flaps for his shirt that's tied around his waist, and it's in his iconic pose, basically, but you can flap it around so it gives you great motion for his articulation. So that's really cool. Moving down, he has a 2-tone black. Well, it's not black. It's like almost like a blue black for his boots, and then almost like just a matte black for maybe it's gloss black for his boots with a little bit of blue hint, like a dark navy blue, and then maybe matte black for his pants with maybe a little bit of hint of dark green, but it's mostly black. But as you can see, you got the gloss black on the bottom, no peg holes. He's got that hinge on his foot. This one actually goes up quite a bit, and it's a better hinge because it doesn't, you don't have to pull it out to use it like Ace's. yeah, he's a great looking figure. You can see that gold earring he has here. Here, he's awful tall too. So let me adjust my camera before we go into the articulation. There we go. You can see the gold earring. I love his sideburns. His hair, his sculpt is freaking phenomenal. Love his ears, his mouth, his one eye. His, his muscles look good. Alright, so articulation. He's got a head that can look all the way up. That's great. And he can look all the way down. And he can use... Oh, sorry about that, guys. It's getting a little close. He can use that neck joint to look all the way down. So he can look down like that. And he can look all the way up. And he has that neck joint to, like, roll around and give him nice emotion. He's got neck tilt, looking great. Head tilt, side to side, and he's just all around great head sculpt and posability there. He's got the butterfly joint on his shoulder that goes up and down and back and forth. And this side works too, but it's a little stuck. See, I usually use my right arm for this. It works better that way, but you can hear it stick. Maybe I have to get in there. There might be like a piece that wasn't sanded down right, like where the sprue is, maybe in the inside or something. It'll hinge out that far. It'll swivel up. There's that hinge and swivel, plus it's got that swivel in here. It's got a bicep swivel. He can go forward all the way, so he can get his arm right across his chest for crossed arm poses and stuff. Something like that. He's got a double jointed elbow that goes that far. He has the hinge on his hand that you can go up and down and then turn it and go the other way. So that's cool. His chest, he does have an ab crunch, so he'll go about that far forward. Oops, sorry about that. That far back. So not as much as Ace, but still quite a bit. He will go side to side, and he twists up at the upper chest there, and I believe at the waist. Yeah, he twists at the waist as well. Plus he's on a double ball peg. And it doesn't come off like Ace. His chest, his stomach doesn't come out. Nothing falls apart, in other words. So that looks really good. And it's the same way on this arm. You can go across. He's got the bicep swivel, the double jointed elbows, the whole nine. It's just his hinges is a little messed up on this arm, but at least it's not completely stuck. He's got these ball joints for the shirt, so they will go and get out of the way so you can look underneath. It will hinge all the way out, so full 90 or higher, even 95 up, and he will hinge all the way forward as well. Hold on. There. He's got a upper thigh swivel that swivels around that hinge joint. He has a double jointed knee that will bend about that far, almost all the way. He has a boot cut, so he can he'll swivel at the boot. He can go up a little bit, he can go down quite a bit. He has that hinge I showed you on his toe, and he has the ball joint that you can make it get the ankle tilt by twisting it a little bit. And that's pretty much his articulation. Now for accessories. After I get his shirt back in place. And he doesn't stand quite as good as Ace, but he still stands. I mean, he's not that bad. There we go. Alright, so looking at accessories, he's got this head sculpt, and this is one of the head sculpts that can hold the sword in his mouth. So you just, whoops, sorry about that. You just pop the sword in his mouth, like so, and he's good to go. Let's try it out. Pop the head off. I've already done this a few times. Then we'll pop the ball joint on, and there we go. Now he can attack, and we'll get more of that after. He's got this head sculpt that you can do the same thing, but it's with the bandana. I'll try that one on too. There we go. So that looks pretty cool. That's my favorite head sculpt, the bandana one. And then he's got the bandana itself, so we'll just leave that one on for the rest of the review. There, that is my favorite head sculpt. Alright, that's his bandana head sculpt. Oops, about that. And looking at the head sculpt, it's very cool. He's got, you can see his head sculpt there. He's got the same outlining around the eye. Nice white in the inside. Paint app immaculate. You can still see the same gold earring, the sideburns, the same hair. He's got paint shading on the bandana. It's the same way on the other one. And this one has his mouth closed, so he's on a neutral stance. Alright, so his other accessory is he's got these sheaths all tied together, and each individual sword handle will come out. So what they have is they have it like this for when it's pegged on his waist, and then when you take them all out, you can use the swords, like he has the swords pulled out. I don't know why they didn't just have swords in there, but they didn't, so, you know, that's what we're stuck with. So, it looks pretty good. We got a nice ivory bone colored first sheath with white and gray toned handle. And he's got the gold and the bottom and I forgot what those are called, but you know, the part that guards your hand, a guard, I guess. And he's got this red and brown, kind of like a maroon. It's got shading on that too as well, with some nice dark gold on the ends, the middle. He's got the gold on the handle and the guards. He's got two-tone gray on that one, and it's got a dark blue and gray on this one. This other sheath has like almost like a BMW like sides. Actually, just look at it this way. Here, I don't think, there we go. BMW like signs with dark blue. And what you do is you just take that hole, and we take this peg and we just peg it right in like so. So that looks really good. And then, like I said, you can then we each have individual swords. So we have the gray, or the silver painted sword right here. That's where you can see that handle again. Looking very nice. And then these blades are really cool. We got this one. It's got like a purple look with kind of like that sheen on it. It's got black on this side and purple on this side. Within the middle, it's like a tan colored, almost like a wave. Nice color on the handle. And then this one, which is my favorite. It looks like fire on the ends. It's got dark black on one side, silver on the other, and you can see like flames of metallic blue with a really cool handle as well. He also comes with sword holding hands, and they're like rubbery, so he can, I would think you might need to like open a little bit, you know, you want to be careful, so maybe use a little bit of a hair dryer or something to put it all the way in. But they work. I mean, we can at least put the sword in his hand. So you just take the hand out and pop the sword hand in. So that's cool. He's got these hands. He's got two of these. Right here. And then he's got two of these hands as well, the sword holding hands, just to be clear. Oh no, that's his fist hand. He has two of these hands. I don't know where it went. It rolled off somewhere. But, and last but not least, he has this elbow, or this top. So before he had his bandana on his right or his left arm, he had this kind of an arm. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and share with your friends, people. That's the last of my review. And we'll catch you next time, guys. Peace.